Welcome everyone to my first game of Long Shot, the dice game. So this literally is my first game. I'm going to be learning the rules whilst I play and film. Won't matter for you though, because I'll be doing all that in between the shots that I actually do, because that's how I film things to get things going forwards. But we are playing the solo variant, because of course we are. So we are going against Roland Wright. And this is his card right here. So the only things you focus on are the 4 and the 8 for his bets. So he's heavily invested in one of the lower ones that very rarely wins. So I have a lot of these concessions, as you can see right there, and we'll talk about those when they come around to it. But I've got number 4 and I've got number 6. This is, of course, a betting game. You just go around the track once and you make bets and do other actions as we go on. And then we see who has the most points at the end. So, let's get into it. So the first thing we do is take our 2 dice and we roll them. And we have number 3 moving 2 spaces. So number 3 just moves there. And then if we look at number 3's card, we can see just up here, any of the ones that are marked off on that card get to move 1 space. And so all there is number 1. And so number 1 just moves 1 space. And then we get to spend an action. So once we have done that, we can take any action using the number 3 as a marker, unless we want to go wild, which you 3 wilds, so you cross 1 off when you go wild, and you can basically use any number you want. But in terms of actions we can take, we can go to the concession stand, which is this right here, and we can mark off the number 3 there, or the number 3 down there. I am thinking about that one because then we've nearly got 2 rows. Diagonals don't count, so it's just rows or columns. So we could do pretty good there. I could also go to a helmet. So you mark on the helmet right there. And when you have a helmet there, you can basically bet when they get past the no bet line, which is that red line right there. That one is not really something we're concerned with at the moment. We could have a jersey. And what a jersey is you basically cross the jersey off for the number 3. Then go up to there and mark any of the numbers off you want. So we could mark off number 4 on there because we would like number 4 to start moving ahead. Because number 4 is basically featured in 2 cards so far. So it might be good to get ourselves a little bit of a bonus like that. But then we could also bet. So we could place a $3 bet. Yeah, it's in dollars, Safness. $3 bet on the number 3. And then we could buy a horse. Now the horse costs 8. I keep going to say quid. $8. I might call it quid just because that's what I know. I'm English. Yeah, best currency in the world. So it could cost 8 quid, and yeah, that's the way it is. So I don't know what I'm going to do just yet. I'm going to think about it. So to give me help with number 4, I have decided I am going to mark off the jersey. So we just put an X there, like that. Then we take the sheet at the top. And you mark off any number that you want. And we want the number 4 on there. So next up, it's Roland's turn. And we basically roll the dice. And we have number 3 again. Really interesting. So number 3 goes 2. So I'm glad that I put number 4 on there. And then it will be Roland's turn. Now Roland's turn is different. So he has a 1, 2 or 3. He's rolled a 2. So we go to the 2 column. And then we go to the 3 there to see what it says. It says bet $1 on each owned horse. And he doesn't own a horse, so I need to look up the rules. So because that action can't be taken, he defaults to the one at the bottom. And it says advance horse with the highest bet 2 spaces. So that is number 8. So he's just, I don't know, shot it with adrenaline or something to make it go forwards. But it's our turn again. And so we roll. Number 3 again. Okay. Number 3 again. Okay, so that's 3 times in a row. I want to have a bet, I think. I'm going to have a bet on number 3. So, $3. And there's my action. So let's try and roll a little bit better here. Let's actually roll. Number 6, there we go. So number 6 goes 3 for Roland. And on number 6's board, he has number 2 and number 3. Number 3's had his Weetabix today, ain't he? So we get to number 6 and number 3. So number 3, number 6, gain $1 for each X marked on the lead horse. So number 3 has 2 X's marked on the lead horse, so he just gains $2 there. Let's roll for our turn. Number 2 moves 3. And number 5 just moves 1 there. So for my action, I'm just going to mark off the concession for number 2. And I probably should have put one on number 3, but I wanted to bet on number 3 basically. So here we go for Roland. It is number 8 goes 2. So number 2 and number 4 then moved as well. And if we look here, player's highest bet horse goes minus 2 spaces. So if we have a look at the board here, Roland always picks, when it's a draw, the one that is the lowest number. So number 3 goes back 2 spaces. Wow. Oh no, must have pulled up or something. So here we go with my turn. Number 1 moves 3. So number 1 has suddenly taken the lead. And for my action, I'm going to mark off the jersey. And I am going to put it on the number 3. So number 1 and number 2 could go early, and so getting number 3 on the board there, moving as well, might be useful. So let's see what Roland does. Number 7 moves 2. So number 1 and number 3 then move. And it says player's lead owned horse goes minus 2 spaces. So I don't own a horse, so he's going to go back down to the bottom. Advance horse with highest bet 2 spaces. So his highest bet is still number 8. And so that one goes there. So the board's shaping up now. Let's roll again. We have number 7 moves 2. So 3 and 1 move also. Number 7, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to mark off the concession. Just like that. So Roland's turn. Number 1 is going to go 3. So number 1 has suddenly taken the lead there. And 3-1 says mark lead owned horses box on that one, which he doesn't own a horse, so goes to the bottom. Place a free $2 bet on the horse in the lead. So it's free there as well, which is good for him because he's already got $22. So yeah, doing good. I get number 1 and I move it 2. So it's looking highly likely number 1's going to win right here. So I'm thinking of putting a $3 bet on him. And I've just realised he's past the no bet line, so I couldn't do that. So scrap that. I'm just going to mark off that concession right there. So let's see what Roland gets. Number 4 goes 2. So he just pushes number 2 forwards there. Then for this we have a free $2 bet on whatever the number was. So it was number 4. So his $2 bet then goes up to a $4 bet, and it's free as well for him. So my turn. Number 6 goes 1. So we have number 6 now. So I am going to use my first wild. So I'm going to use my wild to make to number 1. And then I'm going to have the helmet right there. So let's go for Roland. Number 4 goes 2. So we just move 4 and 2 there. And he gets a free bet on that horse again. So he's getting heavily invested on number 4. These free bets he keeps getting. Where's he get the money from? Must have some good investor. My turn. Number 1 goes 3. So 1, 2, 3, and number 1 has won. So, can you make bets after he's won? I don't think you can you? Don't think you can. So we just got to use that number right there. So yeah, we'll mark off that concession. Just the number 1. At least we get something for the helmet and the jersey from him. So Roland's up. And he's got number 1 and 3. Need to just look at the rules. Just a quick side note, when I rode number 1, I didn't move the 3 and the 6, did I? So we'll do that there. So I can't actually see anything in the rule book. So I think we just keep the 1 and the 3, and the other horses just move that are marked on its sheet. Like that. And then obviously we did the 1 and the 3, which is mark lead owned horses box on thing. He doesn't own a horse, so it's place a free $2 bet on the horse in the lead. So Number 3 is in the lead right now. And it is a free $2 bet also. So it's my turn. And number 7 moves 3. Number 1 and number 3 would just move there. So I know what I want to do now. I want to get another wild and then put another one on there. So, you know, if anything happens, I can bet basically. Roland's up though. Number 2 goes 2. Bet $3 on owned lead horse. He doesn't own a horse, so advance horse with highest bet 2 spaces. So number 4 goes 2 spaces. I think I also need to move number 5, who is massively lagging behind. So here we go again. It's number 6 who moves 3. So I'm going to use my last wild. I'm putting all my eggs in the basket for number 3 there. I think that's the smart thing to do. So Roland, number 7 is going to move 3. So yeah, number 1's already home. 3's basically almost home. And Mark lead owned horses box on a such and such. He doesn't own one, so place free $2 bet on horse in the lead. So both of us getting invested in number 3 there. It's my turn. Number 3 moves 3. So he finishes second. Number 1 will move. Number 4 will move. And then for number 3, I can cross off that concession there, which means I can have one of these rewards. So with his significant money advantage, I'm just going to take $7. So it puts me back up to 13 there. There's a lot of action going on, but I was thinking about owning a horse, but then it'd be which one do you pick? Yeah. I think I'm happy with my choice. So Roland's up. Number 4 moves 1. So they just move up right there. And it is plus $2 for Roland. Oh no, it's not. That's number 3, isn't it? It's plus $4. So he's got 26. Time for my go. Number 4 moves 2. So it's a straight up race between number 4 and number 2 here. And for my action, I think I'm going to go for the jersey for number 4. Actually, scrap that because I've just realised something. I can fill in another column. So, and I fill in another column, I can do something free. And I think I'm going to have me a free horse. And it is going to be number 2. So when you take one for the market, you just put it in your sidebar, and if you roll a number, you would get $2 basically. But let's see what Roland now rolls. Number 2 goes 3. That was good. And then number 5 would move 1. And so Roland, mark last place owned horses box on a such and such, doesn't own one, so place a free $2 bet on the horse in the lead. Obviously it's number 4. And I think that is wasted dollars basically, because the race is now over and I need to go and tot up some scores. So, how we work out scores? Well, we first go to owned horses who have crossed the finish line. They earn their purse. I, jammily, picked up number 2 right at the end. Yeah, that was one of the smartest things I could ever have done, basically, when I saw that I could get that column there. Yeah, or row, whatever it is. Basically, when I saw that, I was like, oh god, I need to do that. I need to pick one. And I just luckily chose number 2 because I was born on the 2nd of December. So, yeah, decided to go for number 2 and it worked out. So I earned $15 for that. And then we work out the helmets and jerseys. If you've got them in a pair, I have 2 pairs, so I get 10 because it's 5 each. Then we work out bets. He actually beat me on betting. He had 38 from his wins. I had 36, so I did pretty good. 6 times 5 being my best one for putting all that investment into number 3. Very, very shrewd. Then we go on to whatever we have in bank. So he had 26, I had 13 because I had that lucky number 7. That was a very smart investment again. And then we total everything up. He finishes with 64. I finish with 73. Hopefully you can see that there. And I won. If it wasn't for this getting jammy at the end, I wouldn't have won, basically. So yeah, that was very, very lucky. But I love this game. This game is really, really good. It's so good. It's nice, easy to play. You know, it's literally took me, 45 minutes with filming. And that's learning the rules as well at the same time. Yeah, brilliant. Adore it. Hopefully this video goes off because I want to get a few more videos up of this on the channel. Absolutely amazing game. Can't recommend it enough. So thanks for watching.